They searched endlessly for the missing girl, then saw what the family's Pitbull had done. They searched day and night for the missing girl, but nothing turned out in their favor. It was gradually turning into a nightmare, with mounting fears for the child. Suddenly a strange man saw something in the front yard of his home and rushed to call the police. Everyone fell to their knees when they witnessed what the family's Pitbull had done to the girl. Searchers feared the worst when 2-year-old Charlie Campbell and her dog Penny were missing for over 2 days. Things may appear grim for the small girl out in the open, with just a canine for company. But then the man discovered something in his front garden and didn't hesitate to notify the cops. Charlie is from Lebanon Junction, Kentucky, in the United States. She lives there with her grandparents, who, by the way, have custody of the kid. However, the infant vanished from her house in June 2018. Charlie had overslept when her grandfather departed for work early one morning, but when her grandma woke up a few hours later, she couldn't locate her. That's when the woman saw her house's front door was open. Charlie's disappearance prompted a large-scale police search, which was aided by around 100 volunteers. The search crew concentrated their efforts in a woodland near the girl's house, but Charlie had not been discovered. The night would soon arrive, and there would be no trace of her or the small dog. Police investigations took a worrying turn 24 hours after her missing, when 4 sniffer dogs participating in the hunt appeared to be interested in something. The canines investigated a swimming pool in the family's home but came up empty-handed. As a consequence, police and volunteers kept looking for Charlie. Nearly 32 hours into the search, Eric Baylor, head of the local fire department, decided to pay a visit to Charlie's grandparents. And that's when the investigation received a break. On his way to the home, Baylor noticed a dog strolling about. Penny, the Campbell family's pit bull, was the culprit. The fire chief decided to investigate because it was thought that the animal had been with Charlie at the time. Baylor anticipated Charlie to be nearby given Penny's quick entrance. He immediately phoned the county sheriff and informed him that the girl was well and healthy. Charlie was discovered in a neighbor's garden approximately 500 yards from her grandparents' house. The toddler appears to have walked into the woods close to her house before reaching her neighbor's yard. Little Charlie was discovered wearing the same clothing she was wearing when she went missing, but she was no longer wearing her nappy. Furthermore, the youngster was scraped, filthy, and covered with insect bites. She was also quite dehydrated. According to her neighbors, she immediately drank a bottle and a half of water. The man also noted Charlie was unusually quiet. After she drank the water, I handed her the bottle and asked her, "Are you Charlie?" He told local media in June 2018. She didn't respond. She remained silent. All she did was say the word doggy. Following what transpired, several speculated that Penny had remained at Charlie's side during her absence. Some speculated that the small dog may have saved her life in the woods. The grandmother says Penny stayed by her granddaughter's side to care for her and only departed when she thought she was safe. Meanwhile, the local sheriff was taken aback by Charlie's ability to live nearly 2 days in the woods. It was really hot during the day and quite chilly at night, he claimed in an interview. There are also coyotes in the hills, as well as copperhead snakes and rattlesnakes, as well as ticks. There was a lot of risk, but she made it out safely. The sheriff was particularly perplexed by the volunteers' inability to locate Charlie and Penny despite searching the woods more than 6 times. The pit bull was huge, and the female next to her was easy to spot. It's probable she got exhausted, lied down, and went to sleep for several hours behind some tree or, who knows, a large rock, the sheriff continued. It's easy to overlook it even more if the dog is also sleeping with her. Meanwhile, authorities questioned Charlie's family members in an attempt to learn more about her disappearance. According to other sources, authorities were skeptical that Charlie had spent the whole time she was absent in the woods. She could have been at someone's residence, according to the sheriff. As a consequence, Charlie was subjected to forensic testing to discover whether or not she had eaten anything during her disappearance, as well as whether or not she had been harmed in any manner. She, on the other hand, had not. Furthermore, the sheriff suspected that the child's missing was related to an alleged custody dispute between her grandma and her mother. Despite these charges, Charlie's great-grandmother, Lisa Chester, stated in an interview that the youngster most likely escaped on her own. Chester said in a June 2018 interview that she had only recently discovered how to unlock the latch. Charlie's grandma Campbell was charged with endangering the welfare of the kid in the days following her disappearance, after she reportedly admitted to consuming methamphetamine while watching her granddaughter. However, the woman's complaint was later rejected. Fortunately, Charlie was still alive. And I really think Penny was at her side to keep her safe. Even Pitbulls are really great canines.